I distinctly remember going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless, you feel me? Like, he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on leashes, tigers on leashes. I seen this with my own two eyes, see what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party, I'm like, man.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, they got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago. The man refused service for AIDS.
So, and when I got to the party, you know, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay, yeah. Everybody, the waitresses was topless, like they had like dancers in cages. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then, you know, once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car, y'all got it.
Diddy's former bodyguard, Big Homie.cc, has just shaken up the entertainment world with one of the boldest claims we've heard so far. According to him, not only were Diddy's parties filled with excess and chaos, but some celebrities may have left those events with dangerous infections. These are not whispers from anonymous sources. These are words from someone who once stood beside Diddy, protecting him, managing the risks around him, and watching everything unfold from behind the scenes. Today, we dive deep into what Big Homie.cc revealed, why he fears for his life, and why these claims could change the way we look at celebrity culture forever. Big Homie.cc is not just another person making noise online. He's someone who worked in one of the most dangerous professions in the entertainment world. A bodyguard is supposed to be invisible, yet always ready to step in when threats appear. And in Diddy's case, those threats were constant. Big Homie.cc himself admitted that over his career, he's been shot, stabbed, poisoned, and attacked in ways most people can't imagine. That tells you that this man has lived through real violence and danger.
Like 2013 is when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago at a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name was David Arrington. He used to not work for, work with. He was security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. Come to find out, you know, he was double dipping. He told me he was getting hired as a worker, and when I got to the event, he was there.
As a bodyguard or?
No, he was there as a performer. Right, so that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, you know, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, everybody, the waitresses was topless. Like they had like dancers in cages. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then, you know, once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car, y'all got it. Because I see the Diddy guy holding hands with two vampire-looking dudes, like they was off Twilight. You feel me? So if you ever at a celebrity party, you see street dudes kicking in the females, when you see the vampires come in, somebody's case getting touched, you better be on point, bro. Oh no.
Do you feel like you have the spirit of discernment to like know when you see a man or a woman that know they on some like you said the guy you was working with was a whole worker, and I don't, you know.
I was suspicious of him. Okay, for sure. You know, any person who works private security at a high level, you know, I get this from my mom, the spirit of discernment. That's something she always said, exact words. So salute to you. And you know, if you do this job at a high level, you can look into somebody's eyes and tell if they're a killer. You can look in their eyes and tell if they're a get money person. You can look in their eyes and tell if, you know, they get a little extra wild, you feel me?
When he now says that he feels threatened after speaking out against Diddy, people take it seriously because his track record shows he knows exactly what danger looks like. He revealed in his interview with Piers Morgan that if Diddy walks free, he expects to be target number one. That's not an exaggeration. That's someone with first-hand knowledge of how power and revenge operate in celebrity circles. And now, by going public, Big Homie.cc is placing himself right in the center of the storm.
I distinctly remember going to a Diddy party, all the waitresses topless. They serving you, everybody topless, you feel me? Like, he got dancers in cages, people walking around with lions on leashes, tigers on leashes. I seen this with my own 2 eyes, you see what I'm saying? And it was getting so weird in the party, I'm like, man, I tell the security team I'm working with, but let me sit outside in the Escalade. So I go outside in the Escalade and I'm just chilling out there because, you know, bro, I got a reputation to maintain, bro, outstanding member. Like, I don't want nobody thinking that, man, they got BH with this? That was always a concern for me, bro. That was always a concern. I seen it for myself because Bobby Valentino was the person I was bodyguarding at. You see what I'm saying? He tell me I didn't got so much before, you know, it really excite me. I'm like, what you mean? But he there. What you mean? Oh, bro, post grave. I said, what you mean? So he got 2 girls with him. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, hold on. These might not be normal girls. Showing up. Now he say, man, take my girl to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. We walk into the bathroom. You feel me? She go into the men's bathroom. But that's not all the way crazy because it's one bathroom packed, you feel me? People might do that. You know what I'm saying? So people start swarming the door. So I step inside the bathroom door. She's standing at the urinal. Dress lifted up. I'm like, damn. Oh, okay, that's how they coming? All right. So, you know, I'm gonna tell everybody this. If you at a celebrity party and the white guys come in like they was on Twilight, look like vampires, they holding their drink like this, you feel me, with the blonde hair and stuff like that, it's finna get crazy in the party now, you feel me? Seen it too many times. When the white guys come in like they was on a vampire movie, hella jail, spikes sticking up, around a bunch of black dudes, yeah, somebody finna get their cakes touched on, bro. But here's another thing though, like I bodyguarded this guy who was a pimp before, and he told me, he said, look, if a man have too much of one thing, he start trying other things. So as soon as I heard that, I went celibate for like 2 years. Cause I ain't even trying to have like, bro, I think a lot of things is evil. And in the music industry, you see a lot of things that's evil. And they'll tell you, you crazy because you don't agree with it. I seen it. All of this stuff that's coming out, I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it. That's why I started taking gigs. And I'm bringing the guys with me. Because like, all right, I don't want to be the only straight guy in here. See what I'm saying? At the same time, if something happened, if you on a team with like 5 security dudes, they might be 7 feet tall, but they 5 feet tall in their heart. A lot of them be soft, scary. They not gangster at all. Like, they gonna run and leave you and call the police. Like, they're not gonna shoot no gun, bro. Name one time you heard about a security guard, a bodyguard shooting somebody.
Snoop Dogg's bodyguard.
That was 20 years ago. That's why you hear all the rappers saying, I don't need no bodyguard. You hear that in every song. That's why. That's why I charge what I charge. Because you get me and phone them coming out. And half the time, people don't have to try us. So we don't really have to do nothing. But like, I've worked with people, dudes like that dude Kane Kong, he big, but he'll knock you out. But most dudes not doing that. They get knocked out with calling 12.
During his interviews, Big Homie CC didn't just speak about threats. He went further, pulling back the curtain on what he says really happened at Diddy's infamous parties. These were not small get-togethers. They were massive, elaborate events where celebrities from across music, film, and sports came together. And according to him, those who attended were not always walking away unharmed. He claimed that some actually left with infections. This revelation flips the glamorous image of celebrity gatherings upside down. To the public, these parties looked like luxury, power, and success. Behind the doors, according to Big Homie CC, they were high-risk environments where people were exposed to more than just late nights and wild entertainment. The idea that multiple celebrities may have been affected adds a layer of scandal that could ripple through the entire industry. It also raises the question of just how far these consequences go, because if health risks were involved, the impact doesn't stop at the parties. It extends into careers, families, and reputations.
If he wants to say no Diddy, no homo, no this, no that, that's his choice. I know a lot of Phillies dudes and they strong out there, and some of my people are cool with Meek Mill. You understand? People. Some of my people are cool with Meek Mill's people. Meek Mills was a young guy, and Diddy was an influencer, and he may have influenced a lot of things that Meek Mills got caught up in the game in. Brother, I don't know Meek Mills as a man. You understand? I know some of his people through my people who knows his people. If Meek Mills want to say no Diddy, if Meek Mills want to say no homo, I don't have a problem with Meek Mill doing that. Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had. Dressing alike, being cozy, Puff calling him daddy, saying little innuendos to him. People are looking at that and saying Meek Mill is wrong for saying no Diddy. But you can't tell a man how to spend his money and how to make love to his wife or his Diddy. So, I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't know.
Nah, I feel you, man. You know, I get it, man. I see where you're coming from. But I gotta ask you about this party, right, that Diddy threw for Meek Mill. You heard about how the owner, she came out saying that she found used condoms, lubricant, razor blades, powder, blood on the bed sheets. You heard about this?
No, what happened was that Diddy had rented a mansion out for Meek Mill's birthday party. And he had rented it for like $25,000. I remember we rented one of Cher's mansion out, you know what I'm saying? And that's the day he had fired his cook, but that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? It was me, Wolf, Mace, Ock. Was Ock staying there? No, just me, Wolf, Mace, Puff, and there was one other person staying in the mansion. But anyway, long story short is that they came recently. This happened a long time ago, but they recently just made a statement that they found loads of cocaine. I wonder what they did with the cocaine, because they didn't turn it over to the police. They said they found loads of cocaine, razor blades. They said that the sheets were bloody, nasty. They found a whole lot of used condoms. And it was a Diddy party, giving in Meek Mill's honor for his birthday. I was like, yo, wow. They said it was disgusting the way that they left the place. So I know they got hit with another bill on top of that $25,000 and the different deposits they had to put down for cleanup and all this other stuff.
The timing of these claims could not be more significant. Diddy's trial has reached a point where jurors have cleared him of some of the most serious accusations, but still found him guilty of others. That already places his future in a delicate position. But when someone like Big Homie CC steps forward with shocking claims about infection spreading at these events, it adds an entirely new layer of controversy. This isn't just about Diddy facing legal charges. This is about a ripple effect that could impact other celebrities who may have been tied to his inner circle. It suggests that the fallout from Diddy's lifestyle is not limited to courtrooms or headlines. It could extend into the lives of other high-profile names who were once seen smiling on red carpets, but who may now be privately dealing with hidden consequences. And for Big Homie CC, it means something much more personal. He's chosen to leave the United States indefinitely. He admitted on live television that he doesn't see himself coming back anytime soon. That tells us the level of fear he feels, not only of Diddy, but of the broader network of people who might want him silenced.
I was head of security at this club. So after that club closed, after the night was over, he had an after party. So the manager of the club said, I need you to come with me to the after party. So me and my other homie, we go to the after party. When we get to the after party, bro, like, there was a lot of females in there who stand up when they use the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like, this kind of wild on, bro. Like, this how y'all come? This how y'all live? This how y'all live? But they want to keep it a secret. You see what I'm saying? So he real touchy-feely too. Like, he grabbed this other guy, no by his neck. Grabbed him by his neck and was like, do you have love in your heart, young man? You want to be a roach? Or you want to walk with God? I'm looking like, you gonna let him grab you like that? But then, you know, he be on some tough guy too, so I guess he a tough, can't touch.
Did you see him do anything with anybody or anything, or?
No, I seen him holding hands with two men. Like this. I seen that. So, you know, like they'll have a dude come out with the paper, sign the NDA. No, I'm going to the car, bro, I'm good. I'm not signing no NDA, I'm going to the car, I'm good. Seen that, bro. So seeing all this coming to news, people was telling me I was crazy, so I was a hater. Hey, know what? I don't want to party with the girls with the third leg, but I'm good. I just be with the guys chilling. I don't gotta be in here with y'all. But if you getting $1,500 for the night, you gonna try to find a gray area to operate in, you feel me? I've seen these things.
What do you think about them accusing Diddy of having cameras in his house so he can record celebrities and politicians and use it as blackmail?
So I firmly believe that's true, because in that sector of people, a lot of them practice Scientology. And Scientology, that was their thing. They would get people in compromising positions. They hold that footage over their head and get them to agree to things. You see what I'm saying? So like, you know, if you see somebody with the chain on, with that little vial of blood on their neck, well, they're a Scientologist, bro. So it's definitely gonna be footage of them somewhere doing something compromising. That's how a lot of these agreements get made. People get endorsed. How they get that deal out of nowhere? Because, like, I think he one of them Scientology people, bro. Because that's probably where he got that from. And being somebody who people call when things get crazy, like, some of the most powerful people I bodyguarded for like to get tied up. You feel me? They got videos of them getting tied up, somebody spanking them with a whip. A lot of powerful guys operate like that. So the things I'm seeing with him, it all makes sense.
When you start looking into the stories of former staff who worked for Diddy, a disturbing pattern emerges. Many describe a culture built entirely on silence and fear. Assistants and managers spoke of Wild King nights, events that they were forced to prepare for, clean up after, and never question. They had to supply bags of strange items, deal with damage to properties, and even erase videos or evidence that could compromise their boss. If anyone ever questioned what was happening, they were quickly told to stay quiet. One assistant recalled being told directly, "Never speak about this again." Imagine working in an environment where every day brings shocking scenes, yet you are forced to erase them from memory as if they never happened. That kind of silence creates power. It allows the most dangerous activities to continue unchecked. And when someone like Big Homie CC finally breaks that silence, it becomes a direct challenge to the entire system of control that protected Diddy for so long.
I'm the only guy over here who like and respect females? What's up with y'all? Then they'll say, you the one that's crazy. They'll isolate you, boy, and say, you the one that's crazy. But how am I crazy? Y'all the ones getting sued. You ever seen Cat Williams get sued, or somebody saying he was being a offender? No. Everybody who say he crazy is, though, they under this scrutiny.
Suge Knight, was that your only time seen or
only time ever seen Suge was that day. Only time ever seen him. Only time I ever seen him. You know, I'm a Chicago boy, you feel me? So I really only go to the West Coast to work. You know what I'm saying? So you hear a lot of things about Suge, but I never got to experience anything like that with him. Like, it was a brief encounter with him. And he went to jail shortly after that too.
So I believe I heard you have a really good relationship with Iman Shumpert.
Yes, sir. That's my brother, my real homie right there, for sure. For sure. Shout out Shump. Shout out my boy Iman. Absolutely.
So how'd you get in? You bodyguard him, or you guys are just friends?
Hell yeah. So basically, he had a personal assistant. And his personal assistant had brought me in. And man, me and Shump ended up locking in at that time. And you know, whenever things would look tricky, he'd call me, bro. Like when his wife was pregnant, about to pop with his firstborn, he called me. He said, man, I need to be with my wife. You feel me? She pregnant, you know, nothing going wrong with the pregnancy. So she had everybody get the plaster stomachs. So her whole team had a plaster stomach like they was pregnant. Even the little guys that was with them, you feel me? So everybody had them stomachs on, you feel me? She had a couple club appearances and like that, you feel me? We ended up getting racially profiled at the Trump Hotel by the Mexican staff workers there. So they tell TT, like, do you even have a room here? Now these Mexican people profiling her at the Trump, which is crazy because you know how the little racial tension go with the politics and stuff like that. So they ended up asking her, like, yeah, do you even have a room here? She's like, what? You have a room? You know why, y'all? I'm trying to be humble, but hold on. So she showed them on Instagram. She was like a couple million followers. So they had to pipe it down, you feel me? So she ended up giving birth like shortly after this.
Out of everything Big Homie CC revealed, the most shocking remains his claim about infection spreading among celebrities who attended Diddy's parties. He suggested that he has knowledge of a list, though he has not yet released names publicly. Even the suggestion of such a list is explosive, because if it ever comes out, it won't just be Diddy's name dominating headlines. It will pull in actors, musicians, athletes, and maybe even people in politics who once attended his gatherings. Think about what that means. A story that was once centered on one powerful mogul could suddenly spread across the entire entertainment industry. Careers could collapse, legacies could be destroyed, and trust among celebrities could vanish overnight. For now, Big Homie CC's words hang in the air as a warning. But if evidence surfaces, it will mark one of the biggest scandals the industry has ever seen. The reason all this is so risky comes down to the threats Big Homie CC says he's already facing. He admitted that he is used to danger, that he has lived through violence before, but this feels different. He called them adequate and imminent threats. That means they are real, credible, and close. He is not guessing about what could happen. He is preparing for it as something already in motion.
They do say Luciferianism is real. Satanic worship is real. We've seen Vladimir Putin, the commander-in-chief in Russia, ban the satanic church. He's not doing that for no reason. You know, when things get strange, the truth is usually stranger. So definitely keep that in mind. Yeah. It's something about it's something about children, the sacrifices. Did you know that when a female worker starts to get older, and that's like 23, 24, 25, it's more valuable for them to her and sell their organs than to keep them working? This is going on.
Why?
Because if your clientele likes purchasing young women, if they don't look at her as young anymore and there's no more life in her, it's cheaper for them to her, harvest her organs and sell them. That's going on. A lot of black magic comes with human organs, chicken sacrifices with the human heart. These things are going on. So the rumors are true, I'm gonna tell you that much.
The Hollywood rumors are true.
I done been in a celebrity's house working as a bodyguard. I've opened up a closet and he got a goat head like on a steak, candles around it. Why is that in there? What do you got that for? And when I asked them about it, they mad. Why do you have that in there? You know, there are people you can pray to other than God, at your own risk. Because you got to give up something to gain when you're playing with that. So, you know, I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah, I know you want much. I feel like I want more, because this is the first time I'm speaking to someone who has had first encounters with even, you know, some of these celebrities. Because here in the motherland, you know, when we were growing up, most of the times even our TVs, we would watch stuff from Hollywood, you know,
right.
Before this whole awakening that we're experiencing as African people, we looked up to, you know, some of these stars in Hollywood, you know. I remember when P. Diddy and Usher also, they got together with, I Need a Girl too. Man, I used to sing along to that song.
Right.
Now I cannot. Now I cannot.
Sure.
But you see, for us, that's all we grew up seeing. That's what the radios would play. That's what the TVs would show. So now I feel like I want to know more. I want to know, was that messing up with our minds? And was that by design?
Definitely by design, because in my country, they convinced all of the ladies to like feminine men. And they told them they didn't need a man. So like, now, you know, I got homegirls that's 40, 41, no family structure, no man, and they sad. They got tricked. They convince you of an image, because I used to say, like, look, they have rainbow men telling girls.
He also admitted that he finds some excitement in being a target, because in his line of work, that level of danger is not new. But when you listen closely, you can hear that this time is different. This is not about a street-level threat or a random attack. This is about powerful figures, possibly with resources, possibly with influence, who want to ensure that damaging secrets never see the light of day. And that is why his choice to leave the country makes sense. Stepping back, what does this all mean? The story is no longer about one man and his trial. It has grown into something that touches on the way the entertainment industry protects its most powerful members. Diddy's name is at the center, but the claims of infections and the possible existence of a list widen the lens. This could touch people we least expect. It could expose how interconnected Hollywood, the music business, and elite social circles really are. For years, whispers have existed about celebrity parties that go far beyond what the public sees. But rarely do we get someone from the inside coming out with direct claims like these. Big homie.cc is not speculating. He is speaking from his own experience. And that's what makes his story so unsettling.
I was a party favorite. What does that mean? Party favorite. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set children?
I set children on a table.
Like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them, and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak-off parties, they put children on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have you, even though it's against the rules to do certain things, like their full house. Sometimes that's against the rules. Like for me, that was against the rules, but that didn't matter. That did not matter.
So they come choose you off the table, do whatever they want with you, and then what happens?
Then they put you back on the table.
They put you back on the table for somebody else to come choose you? Okay. That's called a party favor effect. That's just one of the little things that go on at the freak-off parties with children. Were there animals there?
Goats.
Did they turn the animals loose on the kids?
Yeah.
And if you got sick and threw up because it was so disgusting, what happened?
You had to eat it.
You had to eat your vomit if you threw up. That's satanic ritual. Diddy was at this party? Denzel Washington was at this party?
Yep.
Birdman was at this party?
Yes, he was.
And Young Jock?
Yep.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie, socks, and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was... He had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it. In front of children.
Yep.
Funny. Because he sure portrays himself to be holier than thou.
Yep. So a lot of them do.
I think you also told me that one of those men have a birthmark.
Left thigh.
One of those men have a birthmark on their left thigh.
Yep.
Did you have interactions with Diddy? Denzel? And I know we don't tell on Denzel. You might not tell on Denzel, but your mama gonna tell on everybody. I ain't keeping no secrets.
The question everyone is asking now is, what comes next? If Big Homie CC really does have a list, will he make it public? If he does, the shockwaves will be massive. If he doesn't, his words alone may still inspire others to speak out, and eventually the truth may surface from multiple directions. The industry is watching closely because the consequences of this story could last for years. Diddy's trial may come to an end in a courtroom, but his legacy is already fractured. People will never look at him the same way again. And as long as insiders like Big Homie CC continue to share what they know, the world will keep asking uncomfortable questions about what really goes on behind closed doors in the entertainment industry. At the end of the day, Big Homie.cc is standing at a crossroads. On one side is silence and safety. On the other side is truth and danger. He has chosen the truth, even though it may cost him everything. And his words leave us with one big question. If these claims are real, how much longer can the rest of the industry stay silent? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.